welcome to another episode of the Metabolism, man. I, of course, am Jamin.
I'm Hayden.
And he's Hayden. And we're back. We are back with another episode of the podcast. As I said in the opening, my name is Jamin. No, I'm kidding. So we're back. It's been a little bit. I'm kind of confused a little bit how to even start this episode, but season 3, this is the first episode of season 3. The last episode that we did was obviously in person. It was like the biggest episode that we've ever attempted on the podcast, having basically everyone in the main friend group there, almost everyone, and it was just a really cool experience. That whole trip was great, but I don't know how you feel, but for me to highlight
who wasn't there that should have been.
Connor, but I mean we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, that's later.
So I don't know about you, but I personally felt like doing the episode was like the highlight of it, and just having is like a normal hangout for us, believe it or not, on camera, so I can watch it whenever, is going to be, really cool. But I also think, with all that on the side, I still think it's a pretty high quality episode. I mean, having Chris there, with the camera and having all the angles and stuff, Chris killed it. And, everyone was, like really funny in it. And, I mean, is there anything from that entire experience? I mean, you lost, so maybe it wasn't as great for you.
It was kind of humiliating, but I thought it was pretty fun. Like you said, I think just the idea of having like a video record of like all of us in one spot, like for like an hour or so, is pretty cool. Honestly, I thought going to the Smithsonian Museum was pretty cool. That was the highlight for me going to DC. But I'd say the second highlight was definitely that episode for sure.
It's horrible marketing, but okay. Horrible advertising.
I real, but
I guess I can respect that.
I think it went pretty smoothly.
Except for Josh, like
looking forward to doing something
like vomiting into the bowl.
What?
Except for Josh vomiting into the bowl.
Yeah, I know, that was pretty crazy. I remember how panicked, you thought he was about to like vomit on the rug.
So, I don't think anyone's actually aware of this except obviously other people that were in the episode. But I like so the entire Airbnb that we stayed at was under my name. And so I was really just trying to make sure that everything went, really well. So that's why I looked like really annoyed at times, because I was just trying to like tell everyone to stop. It was like so hectic. And then when Josh, I mean, if you saw the episode, you saw that while he was eating ice cream, after his turn, he put the ice cream back where it came from into the bowl, and to put it lightly. But he did it into the bowl. It didn't spill anywhere else, fortunately. Shout out to the Airbnb owner. Hopefully she never sees that episode. But yeah, so I mean, like he said, it was really cool. And I mean, honestly, we've been doing this podcast for 2 years now. So I mean, we've always had like, good times with it, but that was, for sure the highlight. And we did 2 in-person episodes in season 2, and I like them both. But
season 2 was the season of in-person
of in-persons, yeah. But I think like that finale that we had was more polished. We didn't have to just like pass around the mic, and it was a lot more like planning. It was just a very highly produced episode, and I think it ended up having like a better product overall. But yeah, dude, this has been really fun, like the entire podcast experience. Just like
fun, like it's just fun to do. It's a fun hobby.
Like to just hop on a call like on Zoom and just talk about like various foods and or drinks. Sometimes it's not just us. We'll have like a guest. We'll have Josh or Danny or Frank, all of them guys, and they make it, more interesting for sure. Um,
Speaking of that,
okay, well, I had more to say, but he wants me
okay.
to go
What?
on
No, I don't
into
want to cut. No, I mean,
no, forget it,
like,
forget it. So speaking of that, you see, earlier we mentioned that thing with Connor and how he wasn't there in Maryland, like with us. Um, and really, when you watch season two in general, you'll notice that Connor only appeared in 3 of the 10 episodes. There was the in-person episode, Breakfast Foods, and then Minecraft Foods were the only episodes that he was in. And there's like all those times where he was missing, he had like legitimate like reasons. One time he was stuck at an airport, the other his car. I think in the Little Debbie's episode, his car like broke down or something as he was doing a job. And so it was just like a whole like weird thing. So
there
there
was another
were
one. He was like got caught in like a tornado and was like flying around and stuff.
yeah,
It was
he
crazy.
was just like he tried to join like while he was just in the tornado. He was just like,
Yeah, and it
guys, I
was.
don't
Yeah,
think
we
it's gonna
saw him
work.
like he was on video call. And we saw him flying around in the air. Like, bro,
Yeah,
what's
there was
going
like a
on?
cow behind him and stuff. It
Yeah,
was
I know. It was
crazy.
wild.
No, so then, as for the Maryland one, I mean, he didn't come to Maryland with us. So that was just. But I shouldn't really have to say this, but um there's no like issues or anything with Connor.
No,
Um
yeah, there wasn't like a falling out. It's
no.
it's just life kind of
But
happens, and
yeah, a lot of people don't know, but the whole idea for ever doing a podcast was 2021. Me and Connor had an idea. We had a very successful Instagram live once, and that was when, wow, this is cool. Let's do a podcast out of it. And
mm-hmm.
then I had moved states and all that stuff happened, but all that stuff went down. I was 18 and he was 17 at the time. So
Yeah.
years pass, we kind of went from being teenagers to now adults, kind of. And so,
Without getting into details, life just kind of
well, no, I'm
we
gonna
all
get into details. It's
as
not
life
like
evolves, we kind of have new things that we get involved in and takes up more of our time, and uh, there's just been developments that has led Connor to not have as much free
it's
time.
not private information. He's getting married. I don't know what
Well,
the
I don't know who's gonna see this.
bro, like it's not. I don't think he posted it on his Instagram story, and eventually he will get married, and that's not going to be private. So I
I
don't
just
know
want
what else
wait.
you want.
I mean, I just want
No,
to
he's getting married.
absolutely.
Let's so okay. So let's backtrack a little bit.
Yeah,
So
I don't know why I'm just
no,
talking about that like
he's
it's some like
like he
super private. Like
super private, like he's got arrested or something.
no, yeah,
No,
I don't know. I think that's just like my instinct with everything. I always like just be. I always I'm super vague with stuff, but yeah,
no.
that's what's going
So
on.
we
So
all did a measure of growing up since the podcast came out, and Connor clearly took that like very to the extreme. I mean, he
mm,
made one of the most important. He's not married yet, but he is in development, of getting
yes,
married. And so, essentially, once we realized where things were going, I had kind of talked to Hayden and I had talked to Connor, like, look, we're not kicking you out of the podcast because after all, it started, like with you, and he's still on all the merchandise. But it was just like, okay, we're not gonna wait around for your availability in order to do an episode, if that makes sense. But
right.
then it's also just like, I'm not gonna like ask Connor as he worked like an 8 hour shift and now he has to like fix a cabinet in his house or something. Like, hey man, you
Yeah,
want to hop on
right.
this
Like
episode and talk about Jello versus pudding? I'm
yeah,
not doing that.
yeah.
So we did kind of like reach an agreement where it's just like, hey, if you're available, cool. If not, we're gonna move on and still do the episode. So
Mm,
will he be in an episode again? Sure. I
perhaps.
think that would be cool. But again, once you get married and then you have to figure everything out, especially within that first like year or so, there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
stuff to
Oh yeah, for
figure
sure.
out. So this leads me to my second point. All right. While we were having those discussions, we were just like, okay, what can we do to kind of fill that void in a way, right? We weren't just gonna have it, be me and Hayden. So, after that Hot Ones episode, I realized that we have really good chemistry with like everyone in that group. And so we thought it would be interesting if we just expanded the metabolism men to basically everyone that was in that episode and have them all kind of be members. They're not
Yeah.
all going to be in the same episode, of course,
Right.
but
But they're all
depending,
now they've been upgraded to honorary members, essentially.
yeah, they're like they're basically like, members of the podcast now. It's kind of like, it depends on what the topic is. Maybe we'll have Josh, maybe we'll have Frank, and we're still, in that we're still gonna have like a bunch of guests and stuff like that. And hopefully, one day we'll have Connor. So
Yes, sir.
I'm really excited. So essentially everyone who is now joining the podcast, Josh, Frank, Jordani, EJ, are like the main ones, I would say.
Yeah.
Um, Chris would be cool. He's also extremely busy. And Treasure would be cool as well, but he's also extremely busy. I mean, everyone, nowadays is busy, but
Yeah, that's
those
how it
guys
is.
are like really so. So that's really what it is. We're not like kicking him out. He's still a member of the podcast, but it's really just a matter of like availability. And so now we're just always going to have like a rotating roster, of members, which is pretty cool. There might be an episode where we talk about like Spanish foods, and maybe Hayden's, he's not going to be in that one. Maybe it'll just be me, Frank, and Jordani, because I don't think Hayden knows much about like, I mean, I'm sure you know about like some Spanish foods, but for an entire episode,
Yeah.
so maybe I won't be in maybe none of us will be in an episode. Maybe it'll just be Josh. That would be the lowest rated episode
Like nobody will watch that.
of the podcast. But I think also too, this adds for more like, like flexibility. Because like I know Connor's allergic to seafood. If you were also allergic, then we couldn't do an episode about seafood.
Yeah.
Now, because we have all these like, new members that we can still have the
Sure.
guests. Now I can do it, without you. I mean, you're not allergic, but if you were, I was like, all
Right.
right, cool. Like, let's do seafood.
I've only recently gotten into seafood actually,
And
so
I think that's why we never really did one, because you weren't really into seafood and Connor was allergic. So it's just like, well, we can't do it. But I love seafood. So
yeah.
I want to talk about it. And I know I have a couple guests that are interested in it too. So speaking of guests, this also leads me to another point. We definitely want to have some new guests. Let me rephrase that. We're definitely going to have new guests in this new season of
Mm-hmm.
the Metabolism Men. Last time, I think we only had like a couple new ones, but I really want to get into, some of my other friends and, try to see who can really bring new ideas and new stuff to the podcast and some new energy, as well. You never know who's going to pop up in this season of the podcast. Maybe it'll be you. You never know who's going to pop up. So you might as well just keep watching every time that we do this.
Yes, sir.
So that's what's been happening. That's, we kind of talked about what's happening in the past, talking about what's going to be happening, moving forward in the future. No, but shout out to Connor, man. He was here from the very, very beginning, and hopefully things work out. We're still friends, like we're still cool. He sent me a meme the other day. We're
Well, you
not
said
like
that at first sounded like you died. Like rest in peace,
Connor
Connor.
died. That's why he's not gonna be no.
Yeah, so
Quite the
unfortunate.
opposite. So yeah, man, shout out to Connor. I don't know if you're watching or listening to this, because you're, probably planning stuff right now. But hey man, you're always welcome to appear because you're still a member. This picture is crooked. It's always been
Yeah,
crooked, I'm
dang,
not
why'd you
gonna
have to point
lie.
that out?
But
Now
well,
everybody's gonna be looking at that the entire time,
it's
and
been
nobody's gonna
crooked since
focus
I
on
moved here. Um so yeah, man, that's what's happening in the podcast. But now we're gonna talk about today's actual topic. All right. So recently, and this is another thing that I kind of wanted to add into everything that like the new changes. I do want to change up the format a little bit, do more like topical things where maybe we'll do more reviews, have more discussions instead of like rankings and stuff, and just like really really talk more. And but today our first real like new thing. We've never reviewed a food before. We were gonna go to
Mhm.
Chicago for a little bit,
Yeah.
and then that kind of
The closest
fell
we've
through.
gotten in this podcast so far to something like what we're about to do is when we reviewed Wonka.
Yeah.
And only I was able to give my experience on the
Oh yeah.
IHOP foods. So in that way, it was kind of a review, but it was only from my perspective, and it wasn't like a live taste test.
Yeah.
So this will be the first actual live taste test of any kind of food slash beverage where we give like our opinions in real time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you want to tell the audience what we'll be doing today? And
So
just like, so what groundbreaking, you know,
yeah,
crossover has happened? Well, you know what? I don't know why I'm hyping it up. If you clicked on the title, then you know
yeah, you
exactly
already
what
know
we're
what it
talking
is, but
about. So,
basically, it kind of came out of nowhere. Nobody was really expecting this. I know I wasn't, but I guess Oreo teamed up with Coca Cola, and they came out with Coca Cola flavored Oreos. But that's not just it. They also released Oreo flavored Coke. Only zero sugar, by the way.
yeah,
For
that's
some
weird,
reason,
isn't it? That's strange.
it's very weird. My theory is that maybe like either zero sugar stuff is just becoming more popular in general with people, so they decided to go with that, or it's already like Oreo flavored, which is like a candy, so they thought maybe like let's make it zero sugar to kind of balance things out and not make people as scared of it. But like, because I feel like if they were to commit to making both an Oreo flavored Coke and zero sugar, like both versions, that's just like a lot to invest in. Like, I feel like just instead of making both, they wanted to commit to one, and maybe they felt safer with zero sugar. I don't know, but
So I just did 2 seconds of research, and this is not like official, but it is
okay,
a
what is it? Okay,
pretty good potential. That was weird. Pretty good potential answer.
okay,
So
yeah.
basically, there might be some sort of health law about cross marketing two very high like sugar products,
Mm,
and advertising that for a health reason might be an issue. So that's
maybe.
why like it's Coke Zero
And
instead
that's
of.
kind of what my first theory was kind of barking on was like the idea that it's Coca-Cola and it's like Oreo flavored is kind of like a lot, so they made it zero sugar to kind of like offset that. But I guess we don't know for sure. You guys can feel free to do your own research. All we're here to do is taste these things. So
Yeah. So I went through a very interesting situation. So you got yours at Walmart, right?
um no, so I got the Coke at Target. I think I got these both at Target.
Okay. I
Yeah.
don't know where I got Walmart from, but so I had gotten the Coke at a restaurant, not a restaurant, excuse me, at a store called Publix, which you don't have in Pennsylvania, but it's basically
Not.
like, I don't know, I guess it's basically like ShopRite.
Yeah.
Um, and so yeah,
Chocolate's coated.
love ShopRite. I really miss it. I haven't actually been to one in like quite a while. So I got this at Publix and I got the cookies at Walmart like a day later. But
Mm.
what's kind of funny is when I went to Walmart, I had taken all the because I was with my mom, so we took all the groceries out of the car. Excuse me, out of the cart, and I think I just left the Oreos and my 2 juicy drop pops in the cart, and I put the cart away. And by the time I realized it, like an hour had passed, and so we went back and I checked the area, and all the carts were already put inside. So I went to customer service and it was just like, "Hey, here's my receipt. I'm not lying. You know, what's
Yeah.
the deal?" And they're just like, "Yeah, you can just get just a new ones, and then come back over here, and then like I'll let you go." And I was like, "Bet." So I did that. Um, I guess things kind of worked out because what he told me potentially happened was that once they brought all the carts in, it could have gone to like a donation because of like the hurricane that's happening. And
Yeah.
so it could have gone to that because there was actually like a food drive outside that was happening around that time. What happened was I got a text from you and another person. It's like, "Yo, Jamin, you good?" I'm just like, "I'm fine." What you guys? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It is like really hard in Nashville. So I know they're getting a lot of help, right now. But I know like Coke flavored Oreos and Oreo flavored Coke maybe aren't the best donation items for disaster relief, but I mean they're getting them. This is
Hey,
so hopefully someone
it's
enjoys
sustenance
it.
in one way or
You
one
know.
form or another. So
So let's get into it.
so we talked about this beforehand. We are actually going to start with the Coke first, and then we're going to try the Oreos second. And we're not just going to taste them like back to backs right away. We're going to try the Coke, obviously give our thoughts, and then move on.
Yeah,
That's how we're going to do that.
indeed. So yeah, let's get for a little bit more context, I had accidentally brushed my teeth beforehand because we usually don't actually try stuff, but the taste of the toothpaste is pretty much gone now, so we should be good. So let me wipe
It
this off.
is ice cold,
Ice cold,
straight
dude.
from the fridge.
So there was another option to have like an actual like bottle.
Bottle, yeah. But I
But
feel like can't see. I wasn't sure before we did this, like which one you got either, because I didn't know if you got like the bottle. Because some people think that, including me, that soda tastes better in cans. Some people can't taste the difference or don't or actually feel the opposite. But we got the cans for anybody who cares about that.
yeah, I just
Here's
wanted
what the
to.
can looks like.
Yeah,
I got that Oreo. I like okay. One thing I will say before we even try anything,
sure.
I love the designs on the
The
packaging.
designs
Like,
are sick.
look at the Oreo.
No, it's
Like,
very
that
like
design is cool, man.
you know what it reminds me of? Miles Morales, his suit.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, especially the
It's
can.
it's it this is very Miles Morales coded.
Yeah,
So yeah, so let's read off these ingredients real quick. We
man,
have
nobody care about the ingredients.
carbonated water. Yeah, I don't care. This is stupid.
Man, what
I
the?
just saw a lot of words that I don't
Nah, bro, we got
recognize,
the
and I'm just like, yeah, nah, I'm good. So let's open it. So Hayden,
right?
you can actually give your review like first, but we're gonna try it at the same time.
I'm just gonna take like a really brief
Wait,
smell.
no. All right, yeah, smell. Okay, sure, yeah, smell. It smells like Coke with a little bit of a like something else.
It smells like Oreos.
It really does smell
Okay,
like Oreos and
I'll
Coke.
tell you what it's exactly like what it smells like to me. It smells like mint flavored Oreos. It smells like a mint, like some type of mint flavored Oreo.
I can kind of
That's just what I'm
see.
smelling.
I can kind it like so almost like mint chocolate chip in a way, right?
Exactly. That's why it's exactly, yeah.
I
Like
can kind
mint
of.
cookies and cream,
It's
even though there's
so
obviously
weird
no
though.
mint.
Like it smells like a cookie,
It really does.
but it also like smells like Coke to me a little bit too. But so on the count of three,
Okay, ready? Yeah. Three, two,
two,
one.
one.
Wow. Wow. That's actually like I'm going in for a second sip. Hmm. 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 I don't usually like zero sugar stuff, but that's actually not bad. It does taste like it just tastes like Oreos.
I mean, they weren't lying. I
Like
mean,
it like it's not even like they're trying to attempt. Sometimes when you try a product, right, and it says like, oh, it tastes like this, and you can kind of tell that they're trying to do that, but it's not really like that. It actually tastes like Oreos to me. You can taste the cream, like like that cream flavor, and how do you combine Oreos with Coke and it doesn't taste bad? I'm
they
amazed. Like it actually
yeah.
tastes kind of good. Like I hate zero sugar stuff, and this is like I am not bothered by this. It's like yeah, no, that's good.
Okay, so are you done?
Yeah, what are your thoughts? I mean, I.
So my thoughts are no, I'm playing. Um, they weren't lying. They said they made Oreo flavored Coke,
And they
and this
delivered.
is certainly Oreo flavored Coke.
Enough said.
No, so I
I was
mean,
expecting to have more to say on it, but like
I
it's so
can't.
exact that it's like it's
I'm
just is
not
what it is.
like I'm not mad at how it tastes because at
Yeah,
the
not at
end of the
all.
day, it's an Oreo flavored Coke, but I don't think an Oreo flavored Coke is a good idea. So
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
were they successful? Sure. But at the end of the day, soda isn't supposed to taste like this.
Like cookies. Yeah,
Yeah. So, I
they
mean,
delivered, but on paper, it's just kind of strange.
yeah, like it's a stupid idea, but it's a very well executed stupid
Yeah.
idea. And I mean,
What do you think
at
about?
at the same time though, I don't think it's bad. It's just like I would never buy this if like
Me
again,
neither. Yeah.
like
What do you think about the taste though? Like, do you think it actually tastes good, or is it kind of like, oh, this tastes like Oreos, but like, does it actually taste good though? What are your thoughts?
I don't hate it, but I
Do you
dislike
actively
it.
like it?
I don't like it either. But I don't like okay, so for context, I bought like a whole pack and I'm not gonna have an issue like with finishing it,
Yeah.
but I'm never gonna have it again after this. So like I'll have this maybe not with my meals because that's kind of gross, but just like in general,
Yeah.
like if it's like a random 2 p.m. and I'm about to watch like an episode of a show, I'll just grab this and drink it.
Yeah.
What's the aftertaste like for you? Is it more Coke or Oreo?
No, I know what you mean.
What does it
Like, is
taste
the
like? Yeah.
aftertaste? Is the after? You're asking me, is if the aftertaste is more like Coke or Oreo?
Yeah.
Um, I mean, just like the. I mean, I haven't burped yet, but just the taste that I have in my mouth right now is kind of like.
Okay, here's a better question. Do you taste Oreo first or Coke first when you have a sip?
When I drink it, let me do
Yeah.
that. Because I was gonna say, as far as the aftertaste, it does take. I do. I have like a creamish soda. You know, like cream soda. I have. Wait on. Okay, just this is the nasty stuff. But well, I think it's more of like the aftertaste is more of a cream soda-ish taste. But I'm gonna sip it and then first taste immediately is the Oreo. I don't even like it doesn't because it doesn't taste like Coke. It just tastes like
Oreo soda.
yeah, it tastes like like a cream soda type of sensation.
Now I'm actually curious. Is there any Coke in here at all? Like, I mean, I know there is, but like, do
Well, of
I
course, I
taste it?
think it's real. I don't. I mean,
Because I think there's still Coke in here. But also
like a
too,
little bit, but I don't
I
really taste
don't
much of that.
I don't think I've ever had like uh Coke Zero. So that's why like it doesn't taste like Coke exactly to me. It tastes like, Coke Zero because I don't really have Coke Zero.
Yeah, it's like Coke Zero mixed uh with like a sweet creamish flavor, but because it's combined with that, I don't taste the zero sugarishness of it that much. Like, put it this way: if I drink a zero sugar like soda or Coke, which I don't do often, but like I'll taste the Coke first, and then I'll taste the zero sugar after, and have like an aftertaste. The aftertaste that you would normally get with zero sugar is replaced in this scenario with the Oreo. So I don't even, it doesn't even taste zero sugar to me. It's like you first taste the Oreo, and then the aftertaste is just like you just drink like a cream soda. Like, what is that called? Creams like
yeah, I know you're talking
am I
about.
calling it the right thing? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like A&W.
Yeah.
What's it called? Yes, stuff. But it's not bad at all. I wouldn't purchase it like Jamin said on like a normal day, but I think they delivered. They did what they said they did. They did. So that's all I can really say about that. It's nothing like crazy, really. I mean, I actually thought it was going to be like bad or at least worse than it is, but it's really not. It's all right.
I think this is kind of approaching bad territory for me. Sorry.
You're good.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I thought I saw You ever did that thing where you think you saw something across
Oh,
like your eyesight? I thought there were, yeah. Anyway,
it's that
because
it's that Oreo soda. It's getting
the
into your
Oreo, it's
brain.
messing with me. Oh, there's alcohol in here?
Yeah,
No,
maybe.
it's approaching bad territory for me. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I get that.
Like not bad to the sense where I'm gonna like really struggle to have these, but like this is like approaching bad territory. But again,
Hmm.
I don't think a Coke flavored or an Oreo flavored Coke can ever be good. So
Yeah, just by nature
you
of
know what it
like
reminds
your
me of?
yeah.
And you're actually a big KFC guy, so you probably remember this.
I just had some today.
You remember when they had like the donut chicken sandwich?
Yeah,
This is
I
what
never
this
actually
remind.
had it, but
It's like okay, this is certainly a donut chicken sandwich,
should it be on the menu regularly?
but
It's like
like
no.
I don't think that's a good idea, you
Yeah,
know.
I see what you mean.
And I think the donut was glazed too, which was crazy. Like,
Yeah, a clay. Yeah, it's a lot. Definitely not healthy.
so I mean, I don't think this is particularly good, but it certainly is not false advertising.
But the
This
can is
is
pretty cool. You gotta admit the
the
black
can
like
is great.
can with like the like that is a cool looking can.
Do you want to give any final words and maybe like I'm a rating from 1 to 10 about this before I?
So in the context of the soda world, I would probably rate this like a five.
Okay.
Um, you know, most soda, there's a lot of sodas that are better, but I definitely think there's a lot of sodas that are worse. I mean,
Yeah.
definitely like this is falls right on like the mid kind of tier of sodas for me, where it's not bad, but it's not something I would get normally. I'm not mad at it at all. Um, I assume you probably have a similar feeling about it.
Um. So yeah, I just it's bad to me. It's like pretty much like close to being pretty bad for me.
Wow, I thought you started out like not hating
Well,
it,
then I
and then
started to have it a little bit more. I don't hate it. It's just like it's bad. You ever watch a bad movie? It's like, yeah, that was bad, but I don't hate it, you know?
yeah,
So like it doesn't make me mad. I'm actually very intrigued by this. That's why I think I'm so like positive about it. The
it's just
origin
an
behind
interesting like who would
this
have thought Oreos and Coke would have teamed up?
is
That's
very
why it's
interesting.
so
Now I'm way more mad. Remember when they replaced Sierra Mist with Starry?
yeah.
I'm way more mad about that
Yeah,
than
I
I
still
am
don't
with
know
this.
what was behind that decision.
I was so mad about that. And like, look, I mean, Sprite is way better anyway, but
Oh yeah,
like, Starry was just so mid. I think Starry is probably a better soda than this, but at the same time, like Starry made me mad. So I will like I hate Starry. I don't hate this because this is a really weird idea, and I'm all for just strange ideas when it comes to stuff like this.
oh yeah.
I've always been
Got to switch it up every once in a
no, yeah,
while.
I've always been a supporter. Dude, when they came out with the Sour Patch Kids cereal, I was first in line at Walmart. I got it
I never had it
immediately.
actually. Was it sour?
To some extent, yeah, it was.
Sour? How is sour cereal though? I think on paper that sounds like horrible to me.
Well, it I it was bad, but I still kind of liked it. I was
Is it bad in a good
also
way?
15, 16, so maybe it's changed, since then. But for like my final thoughts on this, for
Yeah,
better or for worse, this is a Oreo flavored can of Coca-Cola. That's just
that's what I'm
what it
talking
is.
about.
It certainly is
Hey,
advertised correctly.
you gotta admit it and keep it real when you can. And so, some companies just do it right.
Yes, sir.
Not that's not speaking on how good or bad it is. It's just they took a Coke and they made it Oreo flavor. So if that's what they were going for, nailed it.
I will say doing a big gulp is not a good idea.
Doing a what?
Like a big gulp. I just like
Oh, really?
I chugged the rest of that.
I'll not do that.
That was bad.
So
It's better in
I'm
small
going to
doses.
open this pack of Oreos, and I'm just gonna first smell that I get when that comes out of this thing. I'm just gonna immediately. Wow. the first smell that I got when I opened this thing, I stuck my nose in it, was Coca-Cola. Can you believe that, ladies and gentlemen? This is what it looks like. Oh, and you know what? They're all different. They all look
Are
like they
they?
all have different designs on them. Look, this one says Coke.
Oh, and does the other say cola?
No, the other, well, maybe some. Oh, well, yeah. Look at this one's got like the bottles on it,
Oh, that is cool. Yeah. Oh, and
and
then
this
this
one,
one has like the Coca-Cola logo.
yep, yeah. I was just about to point that out next. I'm going to eat the one that says Coca-Cola on it first.
All right, I'll eat the one that just says Coke, I guess.
Okay.
Oh wait, before we do that, I think this smells horrible.
Really?
I now to me this smells like mint. To me,
Really?
it
Doesn't at all.
smells like, you know what it smells like? That stuff that you would have at the dentist, where like you would have to just like swish it around like
Oh,
your
I know what
mouth.
you mean.
Oh, that
It
fluoride
smells like that
stuff.
to you?
Oh, I used to hate that.
To me, it smells like
Oh, I feel like I'm not gonna like this at all.
really? I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna like this more than the soda.
Oh no. Well, you also, you know, you dip your pizza in milk, so I'm
No, I
not
did. Well,
exactly
yeah, I
surprised.
did that like a couple times in the past. This soda smelled like mint when I first opened it. This
All
doesn't
right.
really smell like mint
All
to
right.
me.
On the count of three.
Yeah,
Three.
okay. The whole Oreo.
No, just a bite. Just a
Oh, just a bite.
yeah, yeah. I'm
I'm
gonna put
gonna
like
do the
this so
whole
it doesn't
Oreo.
spill. No, just do a bite so we're on the same page.
Okay.
Three, two, one.
Oh, and if we forget, also it says with popping candy on the front. So this is supposed to have like a pop rock sensation, which I am now getting.
I didn't even realize that. Now I'm very. Oh my gosh!
I
Wow.
have the rest of it. Mm,
Wait, did you eat the whole thing now?
yeah,
Okay.
I like that, and I think the pop rocks is like a nice touch. See, like it says, it's popping candy. Um, what are your? I'll let you give your thoughts first this time. Really? Oh, you want me to go first? I thought you were saying like it's trash. Um, okay, here's what I'll say. Uh, it doesn't taste like Coke as much as the Coke tastes like Oreos, if that makes sense. So like the Coke, they did a better job with the Coke tasting like Oreos because this tastes more just like a normal Oreo. There's a hint of Coca-Cola like flavor in here, which makes it more enjoyable because it to me it's not like it's still an Oreo, but like there's like a hint, there's like a little bit of Coca-Cola. You're still able to enjoy the Oreo. I'm gonna take another bite. This is not bad to me.
Is that it? Are you done?
I don't have much to say about it really. I mean, it tastes like an Oreo with a little, and it doesn't even really taste like Coke. It's like what are you experiencing?
Uh, depression.
Is that bad? Dang.
That's probably like a bottom tier food. I'm gonna just apologize to whoever ends up with my original package of Oreo cookies in Asheville. I know you guys are going through it right now, but like whoever ended up getting that package, it's about to get a lot worse for you. I'm I know I shouldn't say. Look,
Like dang, we're already going through it, and who gave me this?
they probably thought I was like some sick person that Just wanted to ruin their day. That's like a bottom tier food. Okay, so
Explain.
I'm gonna start with the one thing I actually like about this is the popping thing. And
Mm.
I don't know about you, but I immediately figured out why they had like the popping thing. When you have a sip of soda or um or Coke in this example,
The carbonation.
the carbonation. So when you have the cookie, it's just like how do we, replicate that? You use the popping candy. I think that's genius.
Yeah.
Very smart, very
When
good.
making like a soda flavored cookie or
Yes.
candy, yeah.
They were successfully able to bring a somewhat similar soda feel to the cookie. Unfortunately, it tastes horrible to me.
Mm.
That's like
So
horrible.
elaborate on why how
Okay, I will. So
because I don't think it
one,
tastes bad at
it
all.
doesn't taste like Coke, as you said. It really doesn't. To me,
Yeah.
this tastes like, and I know I said earlier like that I brush my teeth. I don't taste that anymore. I haven't tasted that since like the start of the episode. Okay, so this isn't me still having that.
Yeah.
This is bad though. So all right, the taste, it doesn't taste like Coke, but to me it tastes like something you would get like at the dentist where they if you're not supposed to swallow it, you're just supposed to just like use it as mouthwash and supposed to see how like where cavities are and stuff. Um, it's not. I just can't see anyone eating that because like okay, a dessert you usually eat like after you have lunch or dinner, right?
Yes.
Usually that's what they're it's for. Just had a plate of spaghetti, as an example. Usually a dessert is supposed to be a sweet treat, a reward, right? Slice of cake, a cookie, cupcake, even a donut.
Mm.
You're supposed to feel good after you have a dessert. Ice cream, you're supposed to feel good after you have a dessert. I don't see how anyone can feel good after having this. Dessert is supposed to be like a comfort thing. I cringe. I can't have another one. That's how much I do not like
Really?
this.
I ate two.
Um, well, again, pizza and milk. That's all I gotta say.
That's like
Um,
become like your
I
idea of
will.
me now
I'm
as a person.
always gonna hold that against you because it's crazy.
Because I did that like twice.
You did it. You did. You shouldn't have done it once. You shouldn't have even done it 0 times. It should
I,
have never been a thought in your head. But anyway,
fair enough. Anyway, while you
this
were
is just
elaborating how
this.
bad it,
Mhm.
sorry, I
All
just
right. Yeah.
wanted to
Just let me.
comment.
Just let me finish that. But I do agree with what you said.
Yes. Yeah.
The soda tastes more like Oreos than the cookies taste like Coke. I
Right.
don't really, I never really smelled anything that was just like, oh, this is Coke. I never really tasted anything that's just like, oh, this is Coke, except
Yeah. I
for the
think
carbonation.
I think well, I actually disagree. Well, I mean, do you have anything else to say before I
No, no, I don't.
elaborate?
It's all you.
I actually completely disagree. I think the Oreos smell like Coke, like exactly. I don't think they taste like Coke really, but they smell like Coke. So whatever they did to with the smell, I think they nailed it. It still smell like Coke. While you were talking, I was washing down the Oreos with the Coke from earlier, and the my experience with that is that eating the Oreo first and then drinking the Coke right after completely erased the Oreo flavor in the Coke. So now you're just left with Coke.
That's interesting. So it kind of
Oh yeah,
canceled it out.
like you were saying. I mean, like you were saying, like that's why we went with the soda first, is because the Oreo might be overpowering, and it
Yeah.
definitely is. Um, now that it's been a few minutes since I've had an Oreo and I'm drinking the soda right now it tastes like how it did when you first tried it. If you have an Oreo first and then drink this right after, it tastes like straight up Coke because your mouth is already kind of tasting that Oreo.
Yeah.
But I do think the Oreo, smell it again because I really do think
No,
it smells
I'm
like
not.
Coke. Really?
No, I'm not smelling it again. I'm
It
good.
smells like Coke to me, but they definitely did a better job. They delivered more with the soda. I'll say that.
Yeah.
When trying to emulate or trying to simulate another taste. They nailed it with the Coke. Um, this is just weird, man. Like I don't even know what even prompted the partnership to start.
Let me look
But
that
I'm
up.
glad it's
I'm
limited time.
curious.
Hmm?
Yeah, but you can keep talking. I just want to look it up.
Oh yeah. Uh, I think if I had to say which one of these is better, um, even though Jamin completely disagrees with me, I'd actually say the Oreos are better. Like I'm probably gonna finish this pack. I don't know that I'm gonna finish the small 6 pack of sodas that I got, but I'll definitely finish because I don't think the flavor is overpowering on this. It's like Oreo with a hint of something else, which I can't really explain. It's just not Coke.
I'm trying to look at reviews online, like to see
Yeah,
what
that'll make
the.
this more interesting. What are other people saying about? Because I haven't really seen any reviews.
Let me look it up on Reddit, see if anyone said anything about it.
Hmm.
I like the. This is what I'm reading. I like the Coke, and I feel that it tasted like Oreo. True. Some people complain too much and are never happy. Yeah, if you're mad that it tastes like Oreo, then you shouldn't have had it.
Yeah, I mean that's literally like just what it says. It
That's
says
why, like, again, I'm not mad at the soda. They did a good job at doing what they were trying to do. It's just
oh
not
yeah,
good. Um, Someone said the soda, yes. The cookies, not so much. But I also had someone tell me that the cookies are great and the soda was not.
hmm.
Um, I'm seeing more. I'm seeing another comment saying that the cookies are garbage. Another person saying not impressed at all with the cookies.
Really.
Someone said I like the soda but haven't had the cookies. This is what I'm reading. I have a girlfriend that loves Oreos and loves Coke. I thought this combination would for sure be a big hit with her, but unfortunately it was not. She took one smell of the cookie and made this cringy face, pushed it away, and refused to even try it. That's almost what I did.
Wow.
Once I convinced her to take a bite, she absolutely was like, that's gonna be a hard pass. All right.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm obviously seeing stuff in favor of both. I've seen stuff in not favor of both. And but I feel like I see more people praising the soda than I do the cookies.
That's fair.
And I
Because
think
you know why?
and I think you would probably even agree, right? Like the sodas are better than the cookies.
Um. Well, I was gonna say I think you know why people are praising the Coke more than the cookies, and that's because this kind of already exists. Like this type of flavor profile is already kind of like exists in other flavors. But like this is just like a new like a brand new creation that they were kind of just experimenting with.
Yeah.
Um, I guess the takeaway is that if you're weird like me, you'll like the Oreos. But I guess if you're normal like Jamin, then you're probably gonna not like it not like it at all. I do. I think the pop rock sensation is pretty cool. That's unique. That's unique. I mean, that's pretty cool. But if you don't care about that and you just want a good tasting snack, I guess don't get this. But
Just get regular Oreos.
yeah, I mean, I you know I can't just speak for myself. I got to speak for the majority, and you know I guess these are a no go really. I mean, and you know I respect that. But the Coke is not bad.
What's your final rating for the cookies?
So I give the soda a 5. So, I mean, in the context, I can't really put on the same scale soda. Obviously, I've tried a lot of different Oreos.
Yeah, just
I've
rate it
never
as a cookie.
just as a cookie in general. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's like it's you know, it's like not to do this, but I think I'm also gonna give it a 5. It's right down. It doesn't get a negative score, at least for me personally. It's right down the middle. It's like I'm not gonna buy this again, but I'm still gonna finish the pack. It's like it's something that if somebody gave it to me, I'd eat it, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to get it. It's just the Oreos with What would you even say? Because it doesn't taste like Coke, really. What did it taste like to you? What's that
I,
taste
I
that you
I
don't
mean, I
like?
mentioned it. It tastes like dental fluoride, like mouthwash, but not like the good mouthwash, like the
The
ones
bad
that like
mental.
the bad mouthwash. Yeah.
Hmm. Well,
So you
maybe it's one of
said
those things where, like, you know how like some people when they eat cilantro that it tastes like soap, and like other people it tastes like normal, and that like it's like depends on genetics or something like that. Maybe it's just like a scenario with this. If you have the right genes, it'll taste like dental fluoride mouthwash, and if you have different genes, it'll taste different. But
so what he's trying to say is if you're white, I'm kidding.
yeah,
So my final rating for this is like a 2 out of 10, maybe a 1 out of 10.
wow,
I don't think as a
that's fair
cookie it gets all right. I'll give it a 2 out of 10. The only points that I'm giving is because one, the pop rocks are cool, very creative, very fun,
for sure.
and I haven't thrown up yet. That's like the other thing. Like it's not downright horrible. It's it's really really bad, but it's not like you
Yeah,
put it
it
immediately
doesn't
just
make
like
you
oh.
queasy.
I mean, look, I'd rather have this than eat an olive. So serious.
Same here. We're in the same camp with that one.
So at least we can agree on that. But
Yeah.
if you're watching this on YouTube, I would like to know how you feel in the comments about these things if you've had them. I would also like to know what do you guys feel about the future of the metabolism men? Do you like these changes? Well, we're doing them anyway, so oh well. Um, but
Even though nobody asked, you know, here's the updates that everybody wanted and asked and you know didn't
yeah.
ask for.
Yeah, dude. So I'm excited for the future of this podcast. Not excited to finish that can of soda, or excuse
Yeah,
me, like the
just
whole
dump it
pack of
out.
soda. No,
It
no, I'm
probably
still gonna
if you
finish
dumped it
it.
out, it would probably burn a hole in the
It
pipe or
would burn a
something.
hole. Yeah, yeah. No, we would cause another like catastrophe. No.
Oh yeah,
So, it was very interesting way to start, this season. Very good episode, I feel. To actually talk more instead of just like ranking and, just arguing about like, what's better, Cocoa Puffs or Fruit Loops or something. I'd much rather just have a discussion about this. Because look, neither of these are great. I feel like we can agree with that. Neither of these are great. So
yeah, I
really, a
agree with that.
discussion, a real argument coming out from this wasn't really gonna happen. But for what it's worth, this is a Coke flavored Oreo and an Oreo flavored Coke. So that's what it is. If you enjoyed this episode of the Metabolism Men, feel free to subscribe to JBC Visuals. We will be posting more episodes soon. I have an idea what I want to do for the next episode. It's another fun idea that I will tell Hayden about after this, but it's also a little topical, and you guys should be interested in it. So
All right.
I'm gonna wish you guys a very good day, I guess, and you guys are certainly gonna be
Appreciate
having
you
a better
tuning
day than
in.
me.
Whoever decided to listen or watch this.
And Connor, shout out to Connor, man.
Yeah,
Hope
shout out
you're
to
having
that
a good
dude.
day.
For real.
And look forward to more Metabolism Men content coming your
Stick
way
around.
to a YouTube or Spotify or Apple or Amazon Music near you.
Shout out to Jamin Short from Self Reflection.
Yeah.
And 2 for 1 podcast. Rep seat the hat too, right?
No, just Metabolism Men hat.
Okay, well, hey, that's what we're doing right now. That's crazy. So check out more episodes of that podcast. You know what we're doing currently filming, and
yeah.
hope you all.
I also don't think I got a chance to. You know what? I'm gonna shout out this one dude at the mall who offered to like shine my shoes, but I was just like, nah, I'm good. And he was like, well, can you at least donate? And so I kind of got like guilt tripped into donating. So I did. I gave him like $8, and
we got to get him as a guest.
But like I told him like, all right, but you have to also check out my podcast. And he was like, all right, bet. So I watched him subscribe, and he did it. He subscribed. So will he be watching this? I don't know. We'll see.
We both guilt tripped each other.
We guilt tripped each other.
You guilt tripped him, but hey, it ended up working on the end. So
no, I'm a marketing genius, honestly.
Oh yeah, no.
So
That
But
was a
yeah, guys,
that was a W play.
hope you guys are having a good day. We'll see you guys in the next episode. I'm out.